YouTube video, everybody. Today we're doing another edition of weird stuff that I made. And you will see that I'm awkwardly kneeling on the floor. So if you see me doing like this, that's why, because I'm just kneeling here and it's pretty awkward. Anyway, I wanted to kneel here so that I can show you that. You've probably seen it in my apartment tour videos 1 and 2. It now sits next to this, which I made for Brody's birthday last year. Check that out if you haven't seen it. I also have the human spine, which you've probably seen in my apartment tour and I haven't talked about yet, but I'll do that in another video. Today we're talking about this, which is actually half of a heart in a box, if you can imagine such a thing. So what this is I collected a whole bunch of stuff. I had this idea. So I know this guy in the States. If you've seen other editions of my videos, weird stuff that I own, I showed a necklace that I have that was actually made out of coffin nails and a piece of human skull. The guy that made it, his name is Lucy Guy, and he deals in human remains and oddities and animal skeletons and stuff like that. He's out of Portland, Oregon, or he was anyways when I got stuff from him a number of years ago. So I actually bought the half of the heart from him, and it just showed up in the mail, and it was just half of a heart. And then what do I do with it, right? I'm like, I have to figure out a way to display this. And I had made this also as a gift for Brody for his birthday a few years ago, which I didn't make a video on. So it is what it is now, but I can talk about it now to you. So what I did is I went out to the Aberfoyle Antique Market, which we also have multiple vlogs where we go out there because there's so much cool shit. I spend every Sunday all summer out there because it's amazing and you can find a lot of good stuff. And I collected things. So this originally, I will give you close-ups of this, don't worry. But this originally was a picture frame, an antique picture frame on the outside of it. This was just a wooden box with a glass front that I found. So the glass, I didn't put that in, that was already in there. These legs on the bottom, I'm gonna move this so you can see them better. There we go. These legs on the bottom were from an old stool or table. I don't know. The red velvet was an old dress that was really wrecked. It was a red velvet dress that was just shredded. It wasn't working. It wasn't fixable. So I used the velvet to make curtains. The trim I got out there, that is some antique trim that I bought in a lot of sewing stuff. And then on the inside is actually some red leather that I just had scraps of red leather, and I cut it and glued it onto the inside of the box to make the inside of it pretty. So it was a lot of different random stuff that I collected and then just like jammed together into this one cool display piece. So we've got picture frame, old table legs, old wooden box with glass in it, velvet dress that I ripped apart, velvet trim that was, or not velvet, gold trim that was pulled off of something else. And yeah, and then I put it all together. I did have a little bit of help from my dad on this one because I do use power tools, but I wasn't as confident at that time. And you know, it's one of those things that if you screw it up, you can't take it back. So my dad helped me because I actually mounted a little tiny motor in the top. It's actually a motor from a Christmas tree ornament, the little motors that make the ornaments spin. So I mounted a motor in the top so that the heart can actually spin on the inside and you can see both sides of it. And also I got this, which lights it up. So it actually has a little strip LED lights on the inside of it, so you can light it up and see it a lot better. So let me give you the close-up of this so that you can appreciate it a little better without my face being in the frame here. Hang on. Okay, so here we have it. This is with the lights off, obviously. You can see the heart spinning in there. I turned the motor on so you can watch it turn. That's about how fast it turns. So it's coming around to the inside of the heart. So you can see there's the inside of it. And then it's just going to keep spinning back around to the outside. So I'm going to give you close-ups of this whole thing. So in the top, there is the hole that my dad drilled for me because it had to be the exact size for that little motor to fit in there. And it does have a little on-off switch there. That's the little, right there. That's the little on-off switch, so I can turn it on and off. The bobby pin is a very Mad Max way of making sure it doesn't fall through the hole. But you never see it because this sits on top of it. See? Just put that right over the motor, and then you can't even see it. And then moving down, so this is the antique picture frame that I got. I had to resize it, so we had to cut down the corners and get it resized so that it fit perfectly on the front of this box because I couldn't find a frame that was the exact size of the box, unfortunately, so we just made it work. This stuff in here, see this in there? That is the only thing that is brand new. That is trim that I bought from the fabric store to put around the inside of the frame like that, because there was this weird amount of bare wood. I don't know if you can see, but that is a little bit wide in there. So there was a small amount of bare wood that I didn't like. So I just put that trim in there to sort of fill it in and make it look better. And then that is the old dress that I made into the curtains. That's the beautiful fringe. That's also part of the fringe. I just cut the fringe part I cut off so that I could make little curtain tie backs with it. And then I don't know if you can see on the inside. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can turn the flash on for you. Flash, there we go. That's with the flash. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually dark red leather on the background of that, so that it's nice and not just wood inside. And then here's a close-up of the feet, the old antique feet that I got, and we just screwed those into the bottom of the box. And then remote, and then bam, light comes on. And I can change the colors if I want to. I can change the colors, but I usually just leave it on white because that shows the heart the best. Back up, back up, back up for a full view. There you go. And it sits with the spine, and Boris is up there, and the pelvis, and the penis candles and crucifixes and boobies, because, you know, all of that definitely goes together. So there you have it. Welcome to the end of the video. These videos are always pretty short, but I mean, that's good because a lot of the other videos I make with sewing are a lot longer. So we try to make them at varying lengths for people with varying attention spans. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this edition of weird stuff that I made. I actually really enjoy walking around my house and talking about little things that, you know, you don't get to see necessarily up close in other videos. I think that's a lot of fun. So if you've seen anything in any of my other videos that you would like me to talk about in more detail, please let me know and I can put it in another edition of weird stuff that I made. But in the meantime, if you could like this video, give it a thumbs up. That would be amazing. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't already, that'd be fantastic. If you want to follow me on any of the things, I have all of them now: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, I don't know, all of them. All down below. We'll link them down below so you can follow me on all the things. If you want to buy me a Ko-fi, it's ko-fi.com/madamabsinthe. If you want to support my weird fabric art, and also we're saving up to buy some real recording equipment one of these days so we can quit recording on my phone. But it's pretty good for now, so I don't mind. And I think that's it. Like, subscribe, follow me on all the things. Buy me a Ko-fi if you want to. Tell me if there's anything you want me to talk about in another one of these videos. And I will see you guys all around for the next thrilling edition of weird stuff that I've made. You get extra goth points if you said that with me.